What's up guys, it's One here, and today I'll be showing you the new Weavewalk Strand Warlock build that is pretty good right now of what it can do and the capabilities in PvE and PvP. So let's get into the video. So with this build, Weavewalk makes Warlock really strong. Now, why does that? Well, with Weavewalk, how you activate it is by using your melee energy, and you have to do that whilst airborne. So, when you're airborne and you use the melee energy, whether you press it on consoles, whether you double press it or X on PC, you will go into this sort of like, I don't know, invisible sort of state, like in Invisible Hunters, where you gain damage resistance from combatants and players. Now, how much damage resistance you get? Well, you get 90% damage resistance. It's insane. And how to deactivate it is by dodging again in the air or casting your Rift. Now, how long you got in this depends on how much melee energy you have. You can extend this melee energy with Claws of Amkara to give you an extra bar. So if you want to be pure sweat in PvP, then you can do that. Now, once you're in this sort of like this state, I should say, you also get threadlings to generate a max of 5, which is quite a lot. If you pair this with the other aspect of Weaver's Call, when you cast your Rift, it weaves 3 threadlings and deploys any threadlings you have perched, you will basically send out 8 threadlings at once to enemies. And in PvE, it's ridiculous. It wipes pretty much everything, and I fucking love it. So yeah, that's that. Now, the only downside with using these two, is you only get 3 fragment slots, as Weavewalk only has 1 fragment slot, whereas like the rest for Warlock has 2. So that's the only downside for this build. So with that in mind, the fragments are sort of limited, and they'll be using Thread of Evolutions, just that's for the threadlings, more damage. Thread of Binding, super vulnerable and suspend targets, just quite nice. And then Thread of Generations to get great energy back faster. I know this has been nerfed a lot, but it's just still nice in general, so yeah. Threadling Grenades, because obviously Threadlings. Obviously you got Art Needles, which you know. Burst Glide, it's probably the best one. And Healing Rift, because why not? And then obviously you got Needle Storm, which is your super you'll be using for this build. Now, obviously mentioned one sword I could be using, that being Claws of Ankara. You can either use that in PvE if you want, or mainly use it in PvP, but you can also use Swarm as mainly focused for PvE, as the threadlings obviously spawn, as you're using a lot of threadlings, spawn will also spawn from tangles and all that, which is quite nice, and your threadlings unravel targets that they damage, so that's also nice as well. Now, with weapons, to pair this to sort of get more grenades and spam a bit, we'll be sort of pairing that and putting that to a weapon. Now, what weapons you can use is totally what you have. So if you're pre-ordered the final shape, you have this weapon already, and this sort of could be a total different sort of build with this build. If not, my recommendations is sort of probably Quicksilver Storm, really nice strong weapon altogether, and with any sort of special energy weapon in special slot, or if you got energy weapon with, or even the kinetic demolitionist, use that as well. So really subject to change with that. But with this build, we're doing it this way, as this is very destructive and very powerful at the same time. So with the kinetic slot, we've got hand cannons. Hand cannons in a really good spot in the minutes, as the buff they got is really good, so would recommend using that. And the pre-order final shape weapon, Tessellation. So this is a very unique fusion rifle, as it fires like a normal fusion rifle, but when you put your grenade into it, it basically shoots a final sort of shot that does a lot of damage, which is pretty good. But this weapon has grenade demolition in it, and it's a more effective demolition, as it only requires a few kills to get your grenade back, which is insane. As if you get kills around enemies when you're doing the big blast, you can just theoretically put that back into it and just rinse and repeat. It gets crazy very quickly how much you can just wipe stuff with it, and if obviously boss is around, you could just do some lot of damage with this. So yeah, and it's pretty good in Crucible as well. So yeah, if you get a couple enemies together in this in tight spot, you can theoretically just like one shot them. Yeah, it's that powerful. And then we've got Apex Predator as my heavy, but you can use anything for that, so that doesn't matter. Now we get on to the fragments. Now the fragments, I'd be more based to the obviously strand in general. So ones you can take are the following ones: Fanatic Tangles, Strand Weapon Final Blows, have a chance to generate tangles. Communal pickups, when an ally destroys or picks up your tangle, the tangle or elemental orbs, the tangle cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds, and you'll gain bonus damage with weapons matching your subclass for 10 seconds. So you gain more damage to the new powerful fusion rifle, as I like to say. Other one is Momatic Maestro. Dealing elemental ability damage increases matching weapon damage, and vice versa. Elemental weapon damage increases matching ability damage. This is a 10% bonus, and it lasts for 5 seconds. Really nice overall. And elemental mutations. When you do final blows with tangles or elemental orbs, have a chance to drop special and heavy ammo, which is really nice, as if you're generating tangles from weapons, or obviously from your friendlies and all that sort of stuff, you throw them around, you get heavy and special back very frequently, which is nice because it keeps the flow of the ammo for that weapon more uptime, use it more, etc, etc, which is great, because obviously they nerfed double special, generate more special and heavy, so yeah, this is really nice altogether. Now, with the mods to this build, it really more comes down to the main focus of what you've got on your helmet, arms, and your class item. As your chest piece and boots, that's just depending on what you want to use. As obviously, with your chest piece is more your defensive sort of type of ones. You can put like stuff like charge up with it for more armor charge, increase the stacks of that. You can do that, and also your boots, your surges, and all that for that. So yep. So with your helmet, you want to focus on a siphon of your choice. You can either use the new combo siphons you can get in the artifacts mods. So whatever chooses ones you want that, and you will be also using grenades. So even if you don't put them into your weapon, you can use them and all that. And so go with Ash to Assets, just one, because it's just nice to get a bit of super energy back faster. Powerful Friends, so collecting orbs cause nearby allies to increase their current armor charge. With you be probably generating a lot more orbs, it just helps with that in general. It's nice. Polystyrene Detonation grants class ability energy when you cause damage to your grenades, which is nice because obviously with your class ability, when you obviously use it, we've got 2 outreach mobs on it, so you can get your melee cooldown fast and more energy than that. So you can use Weavewalk, so it just gets a loop of that. And then Momentum Transfer, causing damage with grenade reduces your melee cooldown. So basically causing damage with your grenades will get your class ability and your melee ability back faster, and then firepower for Orbs power. So yeah, so that's what sort of the build consists of, and it really just all comes down to, let's say, what weapons you want to use, because that's like subject to what you want, as there's different varieties you can use. You can even go down, if you got the pre-order, you can use Tessellation. It's really nice overall. If you don't have that, have a weapon with Demolitionist, I'm gonna say Grenadier again, on it. So stuff like Unforgiven, which has Demolition on this, which you can get still now. Nice. This is obviously a newer weapon, new Pacific MPF. They're basically the Waveframe Stasis Grenade Launcher from the U Dungeon, Ghosts of the Deep. You can get that from that. So yeah, so there's multiple weapons you can get for that. So it just depends on the pairing and that, because you want to get your grenade energy back faster. And if you want to go the route of having a special Demolish, and then even having Monte Carlo, because that's got a new catalyst, which is pretty fun, and take your melee energy back faster, you can go that route as well. But it just differs on what you want to focus on for weapons, as you can go so many routes with it. But the main focus is obviously what sort of aspects and abilities you want to use with sort of the pairings for this build. So yeah, overall, use what I've said if you want to, but for the main sort of aspects and fragments, that's what this build will be based around, especially with the Zodics, with either the Swarmers or using Claws of Amakara for the different scenarios. If you want to use PvP, Claws of Amakara, PvE, Swarmers. So yeah, that's the build. So hope you guys enjoy, and let me know what the builds should do next. Other than that, I'll see you guys later.